Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well. So today's video is probably going to be a very long one. I'm going to be doing my Best of Beauty 2014. If you don't know what that means, it's basically just a compilation of a bunch of beauty products that I absolutely loved for the year of 2014, and I'm going to show them all to you in this video. I'm going to run through everything like as quick as I can, giving you as much information as I can. So I don't want this to be very long, and it's going to be a pain in the butt to edit. So basically I have this massive box here that has all the things that I've loved for the year of 2014. So as you can see, there's a lot. I'm not going to go in any particular order. I'm just going to start grabbing stuff out and letting you know why I love it and so on. I'll leave as many links as I can in the description box to any of the products that I mentioned. There's going to be a lot in here, so it's going to be quite a tedious process. So I hope you all enjoy this video. Thank you so much for watching, and let's just get started. First things that I have in this awesome box are basically palettes on the top, so I'm going to go through them first. First one is of course the Naked 3 palette. I love all of the Naked palettes. I do not regret buying any of them. I was a little iffy about buying the Naked 3, but I really love this palette. I didn't think it was going to go well with my eye color. I didn't think the colors really suit me, but after I found a certain eyeshadow that I will be showing you, I really love this palette. I think it gives such a romantic look to the eyes. It has great pigmentation. Sad to say that the color Dust, which is the shimmery shade that's in this palette, just doesn't have as much pigmentation as I would like it to be. It's very chalky and doesn't really apply well even when wet. So I was really disappointed in that. But other than that, the matte shades in this, the shimmery shades and satin shades are all beautiful. I love them all, and it's a great palette to have if you're looking for something that's still neutral, still wearable for every day, but a bit different than your average just neutral eye. It's a really great palette to have, and it's really universal and it has some really great shades in here. Next is the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. I did purchase this when they had the thicker packaging. They have changed it since then and have come out with a second chocolate bar palette called the Semi-Sweet palette if you haven't seen it. I am trying to get my hands on that, but I do live in Australia, so it's not that easy for me. So this is the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. It's absolutely gorgeous. The purple shade in here I really love, as well as this neutral shade. All the neutral shades in here are absolutely gorgeous. They're all pigmented. The shimmery shade that's also in here, I have had to try and work with. I think it works best when it's wet, but when it is wet and you do apply it on your eyes, I am wearing it on my lids today, it just looks absolutely gorgeous and it makes your eyes really, really bright. Next is the Too Faced Bourjois Soleil palette. This is a bronzer palette, I suppose. But in this palette, it's got gorgeous packaging. I absolutely love the color of it. The whole design of it is really gorgeous. In here you get the Chocolate Soleil, the Sun Bunny Natural Bronzer, and the Snow Bunny Luminous Bronzer. I absolutely love the Chocolate Soleil bronzer. I have this in my Too Faced Carousel palette. I have this in like a little mini version size, and I love this bronzer. It's really great for contouring, and you can use it to bronze up the skin. It does look very natural and very effortless. The Sun Bunny bronzer I was kind of scared to try just because it does have that bit of shimmer to it, but it really does look beautiful on the skin just to warm up the face. And the Snow Bunny Luminizer is a tiny bit chalky and does have tiny bits of chunky glitter in it, but it does look really gorgeous as a highlight. You also do get like a cool little brush that comes in here, but I always take them out because I'm sick of them falling out. It's a really great palette to have. It was, I believe, like around $60. I bought it off Beauty Bay, I think, but I love this. It's a great palette to have for travel. It is in a tin case, as with the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette, so it's really good for traveling. The Sigma Warm Neutrals palette. I really did love this palette when I got it. I haven't used it recently, but I know that it's got some amazing shades in here. The darker cranberry shade, this brown with that gold flecks, and it looks really gorgeous, and all the neutral shades are really, really pretty. These blend so incredibly well. They are so creamy. They are just amazing for the price. I'm so glad that Sigma came out with a eyeshadow palette. I know that they do have one or two more, but they really did well with the shadows in here. You get a great variety of colors. It still keeps with the, the neutral look to it, but It's a great palette to have. It's really easy to use and so easy, so effortless. My next favourite, which was a holiday little set, this is the Benefit Cheeky Sweet Spot Box O Blushes palette, I suppose. Comes in this odd but cute packaging, and inside you get 5 blushes and the Hoola bronzer. You get the Rockateur, the Coralista, Bella Bomba, Sugar Bomb, and Dandelion. You also get a little cream. You also get a little sample of the What's Up highlighter as well as a little brush. I love this palette. I was so excited when I got this. I've been waiting for it for so long, and I really wanted to try out the Benefit Hoola bronzer as well, so that's basically why I got it. It was cheaper for me to get this entire palette with all of the blushes in it than it was to just buy them separately or get a separate palette and then the Hoola bronzer. I did have a huge Benefit haul. I will link that video below if you want to check it out. It was a very long video, but I bought a lot of Benefit stuff. I really love Benefit as a brand in general. They have some great products. Their blushes are one of my absolute favourites. I do have the Rockateur blush in the actual box, and the Havana one as well in the actual box. They're really gorgeous. I love their blushes. There's something in here for every single day. You can go with a really light wash of pink. I don't think that the Dandelion blush will pick up so well on darker skin tones, but for lighter skin tones it's really gorgeous, and it's such an everyday easy blush. And then you get into the more darker ones, the more corally colours. I absolutely love this palette, and so glad that I bought it. It was definitely not a waste of money. Can't you guys tell that I love Too Faced? I got the Too Faced Natural Eye Palette. I have used the hell out of these shadows, basically keeping towards more the neutral ones, but these shimmery ones, this Nude Beach shade and Silk Teddy, even the cream shade, which is a matte one, absolutely gorgeous. I really love this for wanting to make my eyes really pop. It's good for a New Year's Eve look as well, because the Nude Beach shade is so glittery. You do need, I prefer to wet my brush when I use that shade, just because it does have a lot of fallout. It does have big chunks of glitter in it, but it looks absolutely phenomenal on the eyes. These shadows are so creamy, they are so pigmented, they blend flawlessly. It is more of an expensive palette, and it's a little bit smaller than your average everyday palette, but if you're someone who just wants something quick and easy, simple to use, blends amazingly, this is what you want to grab. It's really great quality. And I think that's it for palettes. Stick with eyeshadows. MAC eyeshadows. Everyone knows that MAC is a phenomenal brand. They have really great eyeshadows. I know that you can get Makeup Geek eyeshadows, which people say are a lot. They are just as good as MAC, or sometimes even better. But I couldn't be bothered purchasing online. I'd rather purchase a $28 eyeshadow all by myself. But this shade, which is Pink Freeze, which is a frost, is just the essence of beauty to me. This shade I have used, I think I purchased this on my birthday last year. It is absolutely gorgeous. It is so shimmery. It looks amazing wet, it looks amazing dry. It just has this phenomenal purpley pink undertone to it. It's so shimmery and just, I absolutely love this. I want to buy like 10 refills of this. This is the shade that I used with the Naked 3. This is basically what made me love the Naked 3 so much, is because this shade in here went so well with the purple rose undertones of the Naked 3. But even by itself, even with a neutral eye, this shade looks phenomenal. Even with a black smoky eye, it's amazing. It brightens up the eyes so well. It's just an amazing colour, and if you're going to buy one MAC eyeshadow that's sort of out of the box, this is definitely one to grab. Next, an oldie but a goodie, MAC NYLON, which is basically just a champagne. This is a gorgeous colour. It just has so much shimmer to it. Again, really brightens up the eye. It's really great for the inner corner as well. I find it a little overpowering when you're using like just a basic neutral eye. I think this shade really does need a more deeper, darker look, but you can make it look really gorgeous for just a natural day. Another shade is JEST, which is a gorgeous duochrome. It's a really odd shade. You sort of look at it and it doesn't look like anything special. But again, for those neutral days, it has a really nice pink undertone to it. It has a lot of shimmer. Can't you tell that I really love shimmery eyeshadows? It's just a light baby pink undertone with lots of shimmer in it. It's not chunky, it blends amazingly, looks great on the eyes. Another great colour to have. Last one, this is definitely an out-of-box shade for me. This is SWISH, which is again a frost. This has an amazing duochrome to it. It's a very pink shade. It has a great cool blue undertone. It's very in your face. I use this with the Naked 3 as well, but it's a really cool colour. When I saw it, I just knew that I had to have it. It's a frost shade. Has really nice, tiny flecks of shimmer in it, of blue, different shades of purple, and a little bit of pink in it, and it's just gorgeous. I love it. Bronzer, I really fell in love with the Revlon Photo Ready Bronzer. This is in 100 Bronze and Chic, I think it is. I love this bronzer for just those natural days. It really looks phenomenal. You do get 4 different colours. Everyone says, you know, you can just use that colour, but good luck to anyone who just wants to pick one colour out of this little quad just to use, because it's not going to work out unless you have a really small brush and you're just going to do some contouring. But it's easy to use just 2 colours by themselves. I really love these 2 shades here just for those natural days, and you know, you can go with the darker one just for contouring the nose. It's really good for eyeshadows as well. I just love the colour of this. It's very natural. It looks great on the skin. You can get a darker one, I believe. This is a new product that's come out, but I really love it. This is a Models Prefer Mineral Powder. This is in Soft Focus. They do have quite a few varieties of this type of powder. They have ones that have more of a pink undertone, darker ones for darker skin tones. I think they might have like 4 or 5 different shades of this, but this is a phenomenal powder. It is just like a normal face powder. You could use it as a highlight, but it's not really going to show up that well as a highlight. This one has a little bit of a champagne undertone to it. Basically, this is just to make your skin look really soft, really flawless, gorgeous looking, really Victoria's Secret model type of thing. And it does work really well, but be careful if you have large pores. It does accentuate those because it does have that bit of shimmer to it. But if you're a dry skin girl and you love that dewy look, it will work well. I do have oily skin and I still use this and I love the way it looks. I think it's a great powder. I believe it was only like $15 from Priceline. It's really cool. I know that a few more expensive brands have something similar to this, but as an affordable version, it's great. The NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat powder. This is, I think it's supposed to be just a powder foundation, I think, but it doesn't really have that much coverage to it. But it does what it says. It keeps you matte, but it doesn't make you look like you have a bunch of powder on your face and you just look completely flat. It's really great. They now sell NYX at Target in Australia, which is really awesome. You can also buy it on the Target website, or you can go onto a few sites, which I'll have listed below, to where you can get NYX products for a bit cheaper than the Australian price. But it's a great powder. It is a bit of a bulky packaging, which I don't like, and you do get a little powder puff thing. Personally, I think that's a waste of space. This could be like half the size if that wasn't in there, but I do love the product itself. It really does keep you matte. It makes your skin look really flawless, and it doesn't leave a powdery finish on your skin either. The MAC Prep and Prime Transparent Finishing Powder. This is a phenomenal powder. As you can see, I've used quite a lot of it. This is great for just setting your foundation if you want something translucent. It really smooths out the skin. It makes it look very flawless looking. It doesn't leave any kind of white cast or anything on the skin. It is completely translucent. It's great for blotting throughout the day as well, because it's not going to put any extra you know, heavy powder on your skin that doesn't have colour, so it's not going to look cakey. I definitely am glad that I purchased this, and I definitely want to grab another one. The Maybelline Matte Maker Mattifying Powder. This is really great powder. It's basically kind of like the Rimmel Stay Matte powder. I really love this It is really thin packaging, so it's great to just chuck in your purse. I really loved how this made my skin look. It didn't leave a powdery finish on my skin, and it didn't leave it looking horrible throughout the day. It was probably just as good as the NYX one, but just for the packaging wise, I prefer to keep this one with me. But it did keep me matte throughout the day. It didn't leave any horrible powdery finish on my skin. It didn't look cakey. It's a very fine, soft, thin powder. And it was just amazing to have throughout the day, especially in the summertime. But one of my favourites, which I've been carrying most of the time, is the NYX Blotting Powder. This one is in light. It's basically just a transparent powder, but this has saved my life throughout this summer. It's been extremely hot and humid in Australia, and I can't stand it. But this has helped with blotting throughout the day. You can, just use it as like a mattifier if you see a little bit of shine. If you have a lot of shine going on, it's going to get rid of that instantly. It's a really soft and silky texture as well. NYX has really stepped it up with their powders lately. But again, this didn't make my skin look cakey or anything like that. It was really amazing to use throughout the day. So for those oily skin girls, definitely check this out. Highlight. The MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in, you guessed it, Soft and Gentle. This is like a cult favorite, and if you have it, you know why. If you swatched it, you know why. It's a phenomenal highlight. It looks gorgeous on everyone. It's amazing as an eyeshadow. It just, if you're going to get a highlight, if you're going to spend money on a highlight, this is what you have to get. It goes with so many skin tones. It just works. It's idiot proof. It's an amazing, amazing product, and it will last you for a very long time. This one is a duo. This is the L'Oreal Glam Bronze. I think it's just Glam Bronze duo looking thing. This one's in Harmony Blonde 101. So this is just a bronzer and highlight duo. I really love the highlight in this. It's really gorgeous. It's a little bit more powdery than I'd like. It's not as intense as, the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, but, if you're looking for something easy that works every day, it's amazing. This bronzer is incredible for contouring, as it is just to bronze up the skin. But mine did get a little bit of a film on it, so when I put my brush in it, I couldn't really pick up any product, so I've had to scratch a lot of the top part off just to get the product. But it's gorgeous as a contour. That's mainly what I use it for, because I have other bronzers that I love to use to actually bronze up the skin. But for a little compact, it's great on the go, and it's just gorgeous. The Revlon Bronzer. This one is in Sun, number 35. I really loved this when it came out. I really didn't think that the colour was going to be very nice. It's great as a contour, but mainly just as a normal bronzer. I would use this as a contour anyway, I don't really care. But it's a very silky smooth texture. It looks phenomenal on the skin. It does have a little bit of an orange undertone to it, which is why I prefer to use this as a bronzer. But I mean, I believe this was like, I think it's $19.95, or it could be $29.95 the price line. But it's a great bronzer to have. I love the packaging of it. It's so simple and sleek. You can see the product, you can see what it is, you can see the colour of it. I really love this. The highlight that went with it, the Revlon Highlight Palette in Rose Glow. They do have a few different shades, more bronzy shades. This one's the more pinky toned one. So this is kind of like the Bobbi Brown Shimmer Bricks. This is absolutely phenomenal. This is a bit of a chalky one, but as you swirl the colours together, you could get a really nice blush shade out of this. It does have tiny flecks of chunky glitter in it, but it's not horrible. It's not as amazing quality as some of the other highlighters that I have, but for a more affordable version, it's really great. It's a beautiful colour. I believe I mentioned this last year, but the Naked Flushed Palette, I absolutely love this. They have come out with a few more shades of this, which I want to get my hands on. The highlight shade that was in this, which is basically gone, I just fell in love with. The bronzer in here is a bit more on the orange side, and the blush is a fairly intense coloured blush. It's a very deep rosy tone blush, but it does look phenomenal on the skin. But the highlight shade in this just really got to me. It's an amazing colour. I don't even remember what it looked like, but I know that I loved it. It's kind of like the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle, but this one's got more of a pinky undertone to it. And it doesn't have that really intense reflection of it, but it is a more satin finish. But I love this palette. I really want to get my hands on all the other shades of this and purchase a new one of these. I really think that this is great for on the go. You know, if you're a mum or if you're, you know, rushed for time, it's great to just chuck in a purse and have to touch up throughout the day. I really love using this. The Mary Luminizer by the Balm. This is like, again, another cult favorite. This is an extremely, extremely pigmented highlight. It's just there. It's more of a yellow champagne type of gold shade, but it's great for the price. I believe this was like $18 to $20. Could have been $25. I got mine at David Jones. They do sell the Balm there, or the one that I'm close to. It's a great highlight. It's very, not very affordable, but it's affordable compared to a lot of highlighters. I think I prefer to use this over the Revlon one that I just showed you, just because this is a bit cheaper, and the Revlon one was a bit more expensive and not as great quality as this. But I love the Mirror. It's a great highlight. It's a great eyeshadow as well. It looks awesome on the eyes. Oh, we haven't even scratched the surface. Alrighty, lipstick. The Australis Colour Inject Mineral Lipstick. This is the shade that I'm wearing right now. This is in Gangsta Pop. It's an awesome purple shade. They also have another shade which is called Lick the Icing, which is like that Barbie pink. Amazing shade. I absolutely love it. It has that really cool blue undertone. But I love these lipsticks. They are so creamy. They are fairly moisturizing throughout the day. They're not anything special, but for a affordable lipstick, these are great. I do believe that they have changed the packaging on most of the Australis products, but I love these lipsticks. They only have a few shades in this range, but it's a phenomenal formula for an affordable price. Just drop it. Foundation, the Loreal Nude Magic Fresh Feel Foundation Weightless Bare Perfection. I love this foundation. I was so excited when it came out. I love the packaging. I love the formula. However, I have noticed that this has sort of been oxidizing on me when I'm wearing it. I don't know if it's just because it's old or something, or it's just the formula of it, because it's such a liquidy foundation. You really have to shake this up when you use it. I wish that they brought out more shades in this. I feel like because it oxidizes, I really need like a lighter shade, but this is the lighter shade, which is 120 Ivory. But I love this if you're looking for something that's lightweight. It does have SPF 18 in it, which is awesome. So it's great for the summertime, but you know, if you're sweating, it is going to melt off. If you're a dry skin girl, you will like this. You might want to put a little bit of moisturizer on beforehand. But for oily skin girls, it does work great, but you will need to blot throughout the day. But I'm so excited that this came out when it did, and I absolutely love this foundation. The Australis Stay Put Longwear Foundation. This is great. Not as amazing as like another one I'm going to mention, but for the price, it's affordable. It's great. They have a really good color range of this as well. It lasts forever. It says up to 16 hours wear. I mean, if you're not completely working out or anything, this will last for a very long time, so it's great for those oily skin girls. Dry skin girls, you will like this. You might want to put a moisturizer on. It's not a drying foundation, but just because it lasts, but just because of the formula of it, because it lasts so long throughout the day, it might cling onto some dry patches, and it might make your skin feel really tight, but for an affordable foundation, it works great. It has awesome coverage. With the L'Oreal Nude-Magic, I should mention that you can build it up to like a medium to full coverage. I can get like a full coverage out of that, but you do have to use quite a bit. With this one, I think about 2 layers and you get a pretty good full coverage. So for a more affordable version of another foundation I'm going to mention, it's great. The Creme de la Creme of foundations. I've been wanting to do a full review on this foundation for the longest time. The Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup is a phenomenal foundation. For you oily skin girls, if you need something to last throughout the day, this is your best friend. I love this foundation. I don't care if it looks heavy on the skin. I don't feel like it does. You don't need to use a lot of this to get a very full coverage. This is the foundation of all foundations when it comes to full coverage. If I'm comparing a foundation, its coverage to something else, this is what I compare it to. If you're looking for that full coverage, lasts forever. This is what I use when I work out. I can't bother to wash off my makeup because it takes longer to wash it off than it does to sweat it off. So I don't care if I'm wearing makeup when I'm working out. This lasts through everything. However, it does have a few downsides to it if you're sweating. So for example, in the summertime, if you're sweating and you get those sweat patches on while you're applying this, it really has this odd effect to it. So if you do want to see like a full in-depth review of this, more details on what I'm telling you, let me know if you want a review on this. But this is the holy grail of foundations. It's phenomenal. The Bonjour Healthy Mix Serum Foundation. I did find out that they have just a Healthy Mix foundation without the serum in it, which I thought was fairly bizarre. I didn't know that they came out with one. But this is great for those dry skin girls. It does work well for oily skin girls as well. It's very moisturizing, feels great on the skin. It has a decent amount of coverage. I wouldn't say, you know, it's not as full coverage as the Estee Lauder, but you can get a good full coverage out of it. Unfortunately, Bonjour doesn't have a great deal of shade range in their foundations. I believe it only goes up to like four or five shades. So if you're really, really pale, you might have difficulty with finding a shade for you, and if you're basically any darker than, you know, like a bit of a tanned girl, you're not really going to find a shade. But I love this foundation. It feels great on the skin. It does have great properties in it, and I love it for the winter time. The Bourjois 123 Perfect foundation. This is basically like a correcting foundation, but it's great for dry skin girls, great for oily skin girls. It does have quite a good coverage to it. It has a bit of a satin finish. It's not really dewy, but it's definitely not matte. If you set it with a powder, you probably will get a matte look out of it, but you know, if you're oily, it's definitely going to, that oil's definitely going to come through, but it's not horrible. It lasts a pretty good time. I'd say about 6 to 8 hours, depending on what you're doing throughout the day. But I love how this feels on my skin. I love the coverage of it. It's great if I just want to chuck something on. It's not fussy. It's idiot proof, basically. Most Bourjois foundations are like that. But I love the formula of this, and I love how it applies. The Benefit Hello Flawless Oxygen Wow Broad Spectrum Brightening Sunscreen Makeup by Benefit. I love this foundation. I had a sample of this for like ages, and I just wanted to buy this. This was in my Benefit haul that I mentioned earlier. If you're an oily skin girl and you don't like a dewy look, do not touch this foundation. I do have fairly oily skin, especially in the summertime. This does not work for me, so I haven't been able to wear it lately, but I can tell it's going to be great in the winter time. But if you're oily skin, you don't like a dewy look, this is not going to work out for you. It's very moisturizing, it's very luminous because it's such like a wet type of foundation. Even if you set it with a powder, you will be matte for a little while, but it's the type of foundation where it's meant to be dewy looking. It's meant to give you that fresh, natural skin look. I do love the formula of this, but for me being oily skin, I do have to work with it a bit, but I love how it feels on my skin. I love that it has the SPF in it. I love how lightweight it is and how it looks throughout the day. Even when I'm blotting, I'm going to love this more in the winter time, but it's a great foundation if you have dry skin. The MAC Studio Sculpt SPF 15 foundation. This is a great foundation. It's a bit more of a moussey texture to it, so you really need to have like a good textured skin to wear this. And I'm not saying, you know, if you've got acne or anything like that, it's not going to work for you. It will. It has great coverage to it. It looks very flawless on the skin, but be wary. This can oxidize. I had to buy a whole new tube of this because the one that I swatched it on my, I tested it out and it was a perfect match for me. And then a couple months later, I'm like, well, that just does not match anymore. So I had to go out and buy the next shade down. So Be wary that this might oxidize on you whether you've just bought it or if you've had it for a couple of months and you want to go back to it. It does have a great coverage to it. It's really great for dry skin girls. Again, I'm oily skin, it does work well for me, but I do have to powder throughout the day. But I love how this looks on the skin. It's very flawless. It's a bit of a thicker consistency. It is kind of like that mousse. It is kind of like that mousse consistency. If you have large pores, it does accentuate them just because of the texture of the foundation, but I really love how this makes my skin look. The Garnier BB Cream for combination to oily skin. If you're someone who just doesn't want to fuss, you want a good coverage foundation BB cream, this is the way to go. It keeps you matte. Well, it doesn't keep you matte throughout the day, but it really helps prevent a lot of oil throughout the day. It has SPF in it, I believe, or not. But it's a BB cream, you know, it has all those great properties where it's your moisturizer, it's your skin perfector, it's everything in one, and this has phenomenal coverage. Make sure you get the one that's combination because that's the one that has the coverage in it, whereas I think it's just the dry skin or just the normal one that they have doesn't have as good as coverage as this, but it's great just to chuck on throughout the day. Just to chuck on if you're in a rush or, you know, you're not someone who wears foundation a lot, this is a great option. The Chi Super BB Cream with caviar extract and Cologuard promotes collagen synthesis, anti-aging and ultra moisturizing, SPF 30. This is a really odd, but it's a great product. It has, I'd say, a medium coverage. You could build it up to a full, but you're not going to get like an amazing full coverage out of it. They say that it's great to use as a primer underneath your foundation. And I really do love this. I love how it feels on my skin. It's very moisturizing. It feels great throughout the day. It doesn't feel heavy or anything. It's a lightweight formula. It's sort of just like, it's not like a must-have product, but it's, if you've got it, you know, it's nice to use. Just the way it makes your skin looks, and it has all the great properties in it as well. So I love this. The Urban Decay Naked Skin Foundation. I love this foundation. I'm basically out of this, and I really want to repurchase it, but it's so expensive for me to get, like in Australian dollars. But this is great on the skin. It is so lightweight. You can get a good full coverage out of this, but you do have to build it up. It's great for dry skin girls, but it does kind of set to like a powdery, it doesn't look powdery on the skin, but it does kind of set to like a powder, but it just feels great on the skin. It's so lightweight, and it's great for oily skin girls as well. I wear it, I wore this like every day, and I do have to blot throughout the day obviously, but it's a great lightweight foundation, and it has SPF in it. No, wait, does it? No, it doesn't. I'm lying. It's just great. If you want a lightweight foundation, something that's bulletproof, this is the way to go. The L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Foundation. I'm wearing this today. I do have is it a first impression on this? Where I said that I didn't like this. I think it was because it oxidized, but I've been using it lately because I don't want to run out of my Estee Lauder. And this has been really great. It's been awesome for the summertime. They do have a really good color range of this. I think they have a matching powder as well. Great for oily skin girls, great for dry skin girls as well. It does last a very long time. Not as good as my Estee Lauder, but for a more affordable version of that, this definitely is up there. The BB Cream All-in-One Skin Perfector by Models Preferred. This is really great BB cream. Has great coverage in it. It lasts for a fairly decent amount of time. If you're an oily skin girl, you will need to blot throughout the day, but I love this just as a basic BB cream. Just as Garnier one. It's a great option to have, and it has really good properties in it as well. Last foundation, yes, the Chi Fabulous and Flawless Foundation. This is a great foundation. Lasts pretty well throughout the day, has a good coverage to it. I've heard a lot of people say that it makes you look photoshopped. I don't think it's that phenomenal, but it is a great, more affordable option. You do get this in Target. I believe this is a little bit more expensive. It could be about $30, $25 to $30. But it's a good foundation though if you want a good coverage, you want something to last throughout the day. Great for oily skin girls, dry skin girls. You might want to use a moisturizer with this, but they do have a great range of colours as well. But this is a really good foundation to have. The MAC Strobe Cream. This stuff is phenomenal. If you want your foundation to look dewy, if you want your skin to be moisturised the whole day, this is great to have. So for those dry skin girls, if you want something that's really moisturising, really going to last well under your foundation, really going to make your foundation look very, not luminous, but it's going to look dewy. It has a cool metallic look to it. I love this stuff. I think this is like a second bottle of this, but I really love this. The Dermalogica Clear Start Matte Moisturizer. I've been using this so much throughout the summertime. This is like a sample size of it. I'm trying to find the full size of it, but I haven't had any luck. But this is a great matte moisturizer. It does moisturize the skin, but it keeps you matte throughout the day. This is the best one that I've come across. I do have a few others, but this is my favorite by far. If you want something luminizing, the L'Oreal Lou-manzier Pure Light Primer. This stuff is awesome. It's basically like a cheaper version of the MAC Strobe Cream. This is $30 at Priceline, but you can get it on sale. But this is basically just the strobe. Cream. I think this one's a bit more metallic than the Strobe Cream is, but it's basically the same thing. The Model in a Bottle Makeup Setting Spray Matte Finish. I'm completely out of this. I really want to grab another one, but if you do want something to keep you matte throughout the day, this will keep you matte throughout the day. I used this on my best friend when I did her makeup, and it works phenomenally. It does have a very strong fragrance to it, so be wary of that if you have sensitive skin, but it's a great mattifying spray. Dewy, the NYX Dewy Finish. I love this setting spray. It's phenomenal. It really does make your skin look dewy. Really helps your foundation to really like loosen up and just look a bit more natural. Also, if you use a lot of powder, this is great to just set that powder to make it not look as powdery in the skin. Love this stuff. The Rimmel Lasting Finish Primer. This stuff is awesome. This is fairly new, but I love this stuff. It's it has a really kind of not thick, but it's pretty dense consistency to it. It's kind of like a sticky feeling. It really does lock in your foundation, and it's a great primer to have. Also good for oily skin girls, but dry skin girls, you might not like this. Oh wait, this is the last foundation. The foundation that goes with that, the Lasting Finish by Rimmel London. This is Skin Protecting Full Coverage Foundation. I think this is supposed to be matte. Basically, it claims to instant perfect coverage that feels extra comfortable and lasts all day. Sweat, heat, humidity, and transfer proof for up to 25 hours. You know, 25 hours is a bit of a stretch, I think. But this is amazing. Not as good as Estee Lauder, as I said, but kind of close to the L'Oreal Infallible one, but I haven't used this one in a while, but I did love it when I tried it out. It does last a very long time, has great coverage to it. It feels lightweight on the skin, so for those oily skin girls, definitely check this out. I do believe that they have a version for, they actually have a mattifying version of this, or it's the version for dry skin. I'm not too sure, but there is like a white bottle version. But this is great foundation. It's affordable. Rimmel London, it's great. I haven't really been a fan of most of their foundations, but this one I love. The NYX Wonder Pencil. I have this in 2 shades. This is an amazing little product. You can use this as a reverse lip liner. You can use this for blemishes throughout the day. If you like accidentally smudge off a bit of your makeup, this is what I use to touch it up, and then I put powder on top of it. You can use this in your waterline to brighten up your eyes, carve out your eyebrows with this, do a bit of cream highlighting. I love this, and I will repurchase this forever. It's just a handy thing to have. The Sigma Creme Couture Macaroon Inspired Blush. I have all 3 shades of this. I absolutely love these. They have just the cutest colours. They have a purple one, which I never thought I'd use, but I used it on my best friend when I had to do her makeup, and the look that she had really just needed like a purple blush. But I love these. They are so silky smooth. They have great pigmentation to them. They are a matte, but they're so cute and I love them. I'm so glad that I have them. The Balm Insane Blush. I have 2 shades of this. This one is in Argyle. I'm pretty sure it's pronounced, but this is a gorgeous pink blush. I have one that's more of a taupey maroon colour, but these last forever. If you want something to be like sweat proof throughout the day, this is what you get. These are awesome. I believe they have like 5 or 6 shades in this range, and I want all of them. They have great lasting power. They have they're very opaque. They're just amazing. I believe all of them are matte. I don't think that they have any shimmery ones. They might, but as far as I can remember, they're basically matte, but they're great lasting power. Great for the summertime. Oh, the Too Faced Sweetheart's Perfect Blush. They've come out with a few more shades of this. I believe they have like more of a bronzy one and a darker pink one, but when I bought this blush, I just knew it was heaven for me. I love the packaging of it, but it is bulky, so it's kind of annoying to fit in my makeup collection. But I love the colors that this has. This hot, like purpley pink shade up here is phenomenal. This is like a satin. This isn't like the best texture in the world, but it does have great pigmentation. Just great shades. I love how this looks on the skin. It just gives you that great, like, really nice, fresh looking flush to the face, and it's just love it. One of my favorite cream blushes, the NYX Rouge blush. This one is in Boho Chic. This is one of my, is it this one? Yes, this is one of my favorite ones. This one's a little bit messy, but it's basically just like a baby pink shade, is it? Yeah, it's just a baby pink shade. These are great. If you have dry skin and you love your cream blushes, definitely check these out. They have some great shades in these as well, and they apply really well, but if you do use too much, it is going to look like you've got Play-Doh on your face type of thing, so use a light hand with this. I use a duo fiber brush with these, and they just look amazing on the skin. My next favorite ones are the Dream Bouncy Blush. This one is my favorite. This is Orchid Hush number 45, and you know, these are just cool in general. I believe I got mine off eBay, so you can't find these easily in Australia, but the color of this, the texture of these, they just look amazing on the skin. They don't look as dewy as the NYX ones, but they, you know, it is a cream blush. It's not going to look powdery. I've heard a few people say that, you know, the lighter ones aren't very pigmented, but I get great color payoff with these. You know, the hot pink ones are obviously going to have better color payoff, but I don't have any trouble with these ones. The lighter shades, I do have a coral one as well, but this one's my favorite by far. I just love how easy it is. It's just that great, slightly purple pink. It's just, I love it. I love it. That's it for blushes. The Essence eyeshadows, just in general. These are like newer ones. This is the Metal Glam eyeshadow. So they have that awesome glitter to them. And these are just phenomenal. Essence eyeshadows, if you're on a budget, you want something that blends, you want something that is just like buying a $50 eyeshadow, buying a MAC eyeshadow. You know, these aren't as great as MAC, but if you're on a budget, they are basically MAC. They have so many amazing colors. Most of them are shimmery. I have never really seen any matte shades that they've had, but these are just phenomenal. They look awesome on the eyes. They have great pigmentation. They blend effortlessly. They are idiot proof, and they're amazing. They always bring out new colors. I just love Essence eyeshadows. The L'Oreal, I never know what these are called. The L'Oreal Infallible like pressed pigment eyeshadows. This is purple shade. This is a phenomenal colour. I don't know where to put it. It's this one just there. These are amazing. I use these just as like a normal eyeshadow. You can use these wet as well. They're great for that too. But their champagne colours in these are just just the icing on the cake. These are so pigmented. They blend flawlessly. You don't even need to do anything. You could just put it on your eyes and it would look great. They have great colours in these. They have great colour payoff. And they're just awesome. You need them. Ooh, the e.l.f. High Definition Under Eye Setting Powder is a great affordable under eye setting powder. It does have little kind of flecks of glitter in it, but when you actually apply it underneath your eyes, I don't really notice them. I basically don't see them at all. But it's just a translucent little powder. It is kind of small, so I wish they did have a bigger version of it. But, you know, if I'm out of my actual under eye setting powder that I normally use, this is what I go to. It's an affordable price. It's amazing to use. It makes the skin underneath your eyes look very flawless looking. And I think it's like $5 or something, but it should be worth like $30. It's an amazing product. What I generally use to set underneath my eyes is the Bare Minerals Concealer in Well Rested. This I carry with me everywhere I go. If a bit of a foundation's come off, this is the coverage of a normal cream concealer. This is just a powder concealer. It's great for underneath the eyes. It really brightens up your eyes. I use this basically every day. I think it's like my second or third one, and I need to grab another one actually, but it's not like crazily affordable, but it's about $25. I love this stuff and I will always repurchase this. Of course, the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. It's amazing. It's great coverage. If you set it straight away after you blend it out underneath your eyes, it's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to crease. Great concealer. I know like everyone's talked about this, but there's a reason why. Benefit Stay Don't Stray eyelid primer. This is a phenomenal eyelid primer. I recently got the Essence one, which is, I like it, but it's not as good as this for a particular reason. But this cancels out any coloration that you have in your eyes. It's a really great base for eyeshadows. You can also use this underneath your eyes as well. It's a good primer for concealer. And you can just use this by itself as a concealer basically. It's that pigmented. It has never made my eyeshadow crease. My eyeshadow stays on flawlessly throughout the day. It's great, and I believe this is like my 4th one, including samples and like full-size ones that I've had. The L'Oreal Color Riche Base, I believe that's what it calls. Fixing and Unifying Eyeshadow Primer. This is just like a stick form. This is just a skin colour that has a bit of pinky undertone to it. But it's basically like a crayon version of the Stay Don't Stray. I was so amazed when I found this. I'm like, no way, like I have like a primer, like an eyelid primer, go L'Oreal. But I love this stuff. You do have to sharpen it, which sucks. But it's great. It doesn't make my eyeshadow crease. It's easy to blend. It makes my eyeshadows going really well. And I love it. I'm glad I bought it. Brows. The brow tint, the Tint My Brow Brow Tint by Australis. A lot of people have said that they don't like this, but I think this stuff is phenomenal. It's not the sort of product that you want to get if you're someone who needs to fill in your brows. If you don't have brows at all, obviously, because this is a brush form. You brush it onto your eyebrows, and it has color in it. So it's basically it's good for those natural days. If you're someone that's not really into brows. I love this stuff. This is actually in the shade, this is a blonde shade. The brunette one is fairly dark, it just didn't suit me that well. But this one is more of that taupey kind of colour. I love this stuff. I think this is great. It's a good dupe for the Benefit Tint My Brow. No, not that. The Benefit Gimme Brow. Love this stuff. It's phenomenal. The Benefit Gimme Brow is also great. This one has a tinier brush, which is A lot easier to use, but the Tint My Brow one is great. This one's supposed to have little fibres in it. I don't really ever see the fibres, I just see the liquidy formula. I do wish this came in a bigger size, but I love this stuff. It really keeps your brows in place. I use this to set them after I've applied my powder, or if I've used a pencil. It's really good stuff. It does thicken your brows a little bit more, but again, if you don't have eyebrows, or if you are someone who needs to fill in your eyebrows, this is more of just like a topper. Use it for those natural days where you couldn't be bothered. The Benefit Professional. I've had multiple full sizes of this. I've had multiple samples of this. I got this in my Benefit haul as well. I'm almost out of this one, but I love this stuff. It's great. I have, you know, I've done a video on like Battle of the Pore Fillers, I believe it was called. I think I compared this, a L'Oreal one that I had, and you know, all the ones that all the brands have come out with, but I really do love this one. There's the L'Oreal one that they have, which does work phenomenally well, but I like the consistency of this one more. It's a very light consistency, it is that silicone texture, but some of the other ones are just way too thick. They feel gross on the skin to me, but I love this stuff. It's great at filling my pores. It's not going to completely get rid of them. It is just a minimizer. But if you're looking for something, try this out. Oh, the Jordana Best Lash Extreme. Love this mascara. It's like $3. Great amplifying, volumizing, thickening, volumizing, just amazing mascara. It's not so great at separating. I think the brush has a lot to do with that, but it's an amazing mascara if you're looking for volume. I really need to get a new one because this one's been dried out for like 6 months or so, but I love this and it's affordable and it works amazingly well. I love the Maybelline. Drop it. The Maybelline Mega Plush. I love this. It was really great at separating my lashes. I hate how flexible the wand is though. I didn't like that very much, but as far as the product goes, it separates and it thickens your lashes. It's not going to give you like full intense lashes, but I did like this a lot. I need to get a new one. The brush is great on this. It really separates and lengthens your lashes. It does give quite a bit of volume as well. I do use this just by itself because I love how it makes my lashes look. So if you want something that's just more separating and you want something to tint your lashes, just use like 1 or 2 coats of this. But if you do want something to volumize, lengthen your lashes, this is definitely one to grab. The Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. I got this in a Bella box. It's not really clear anymore. But for a clear brow gel, it's great to have. I think most brow gels are really the same, but you know, if you do get a cheaper one, you can definitely tell the difference between it. But I love this. It set my brows in place all day long, lasted forever. Loved it. Ooh, the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I have a full review on this. It's an amazing mascara. It is just phenomenal. I use this on top of the Benefit They're Real as well, and it just makes my lashes so long. This gives great volume. It definitely gives it, you know, that fluttery, like butterfly, amazing look to the lashes. It thickens them. It can make them look a little bit clumpy if you do use, like, I mean, like way too much. But if you're into those thick, voluminous lashes, this is definitely a great one to have. The MAC Pro Longwear Lip Gloss in Patience Please. If you are into like great like nude gloss, this is one to grab. This is my empty one. But basically the colour that you see there is what you get on your lips. This is a very, very, very sticky formula. If you do wear this for a very long time, it's kind of like so moisturizing on your lips that the skin on your lips does like kind of peel off. Like if you have cracked lips or anything, this is going to soften that piece of skin and basically it's going to want to come off. Gross as it sounds, but it does do that. But I love the color of this. I love the formula. It's very sticky, so and thick as well. So if you're not into that, you won't like this, but I think I'm just on to my second one now, and I can't get enough of this. It's so easy and it's just amazing, but you do need a mirror to apply it, so it's not that easy, but I love it. Maybelline, what are these called? Color Elixirs. I think it's the Color Elixirs. These are great. They have awesome color payoff. I don't really like the smell of these though. Yeah, no, the smell is just weird to me. But these are just so cute, and they look like a little lipstick. But I love the color of these. I love how thin the formula is. They feel great on the lips. But I'm not a fan of the scent, but I love them. This is an odd one. This is the Designer Brands Chubby Lip Crayon. This is in the shade Lady Lilac. This is, I love this color. I don't know where to put it, but it's just this one here. It looks phenomenal on the lips. It lasts for a very long time. This might be a little bit hard to find, but some chemists do carry the Designer Brands brand. But I love this. Basically just the color of it. The formulation is, you know, it's nothing special. It's nothing amazingly creamy or anything, but the pigmentation is great, and I love the color. NYX Butter Glosses. I have like all of the shades except like the red ones because I don't really wear red that often, but these are amazing. They are great over lipstick. They smell quite good. They smell quite good. I just love the color range that they have. I love the pigmentation of it, but you know, after like 20 minutes or so, the color does sort of dissipate and it does kind of start to look like just a clear gloss. So I prefer to use these over lipstick, but I love the formulation of these. I love how they smell. I love how they feel on my lips, and I love the colors. We are almost there. The Savvy High Shine Lip Lacquers. These are very pigmented. These are more of a gloss, I suppose. They do have a matte version as well, which is great, but you can see the pigmentation of these are phenomenal. They do have a bit of an odd, it's like trying to be fruity scent, but it's very odd. The matte ones are great also, but they do sort of flake on your lips after they're dried, but the shine ones are great. I love the colours that they have. They don't have a lot of colours, but I love these. The Maybelline Colour Whispers. Oh, I am so excited when these came out in Australia. My favourite one is Ula Lilac. This is really what got me into those like purple like lip colours. These don't have amazing colour payoff, but I do wear this by itself. It's just that one there. I love the formulation of these. Compared to the butter glosses, these have more pigmentation and the colour lasts a lot longer. They just feel amazing on the lips. They have a weird scent, don't they? Oh no, they're not too bad, but it does have a bit of a scent to them, but I just love these. These are the NYX Extreme Shine Lip Creams. These are kind of hard to find in Australia. You do have to look for these online, but I love how these feel on the lips. They have an odd scent as well, but they do have great colours. This isn't my favourite colour, but as a product I love it. This is just a sort of peachy pink. This is Nude Peach Fuzz. But these last for a very long time on the lips. They feel great on the lips. They do kind of stain, but I love the formulation of them. They're great. These Soft Matte Lip Creams by NYX. This is my favourite one. This is that purple pinky shade. This one's in Sydney. And these last forever. And they are definitely matte. It's just this one here. Bit of an odd place. But they last forever. I wish they had more of a fun colour range. Most of their nude ones and their pink ones do have that really kind of like old lady dark undertone to them, which I'm not a fan of. So this one is my favourite because I love that purple pink colour. Great formulation. They don't feel gross on the lips. They don't feel overly drying. But if you do wear them for a long time, you know, your lips will get a little bit cracked, but nothing overly horrible, but great affordable product. I haven't even opened this one yet. The Australis, I believe this is Australis. I think so. Yes, the Australis Velour Lips Matte Lip Cream. They came out with a couple more shades over the past couple months, and I was so excited. Oh, I haven't done this. I was so excited. I bought one of my favorite ones online, which is like that purpley pink color. But these are phenomenal. This one is, again, Malibu. So this is like that bright, hot pink shade just there. These do dry very matte. They are very pigmented. They last a very long time, but you know, after applying so much of it throughout the day just to keep up with the color, you know, they do come off when you're eating and drinking, so they're not foolproof, but they do really dry out your lips. And the scent of it I absolutely hate. It's like a grape scent, and I hate the smell of grape. It gives me a headache. I just can't stand it. But the pigmentation, and I don't care if I have to reapply it throughout the day. Use a lip balm under these though, but I just love the colors, and I love how well they last, and they're just great. The Revlon Super Lustrous lipsticks. This one is in my favorite color, Primrose. Just the bottom one down there. These are a great formulation. They're very creamy, pigmented. They last forever. Great lipsticks. The Maybelline, Maybelline Vivid collection. This one's in Pink Pop. Again, that purpley pink shade. Love these. Amazing color payoff. Last forever. A little bit drying on the lips, but nothing too crazy. Great formulation. The Maybelline, their Nudes collection. This one is in Sultry Sand. This is like their very, I don't know where to put it. This is like their very, you probably won't be able to see this, but they're very like concealer nude color. The next one up from this is my favorite. Love the formulation. I think Maybelline does phenomenal lipsticks. These are very creamy. They do have a sheen to them, so they make your lips look great. Just love Maybelline lipsticks in general. Eyeliners. In general, the Rimmel Scandalized Waterproof liners, like all of their Scandalized ones, are very creamy, very pigmented. They do have a good lasting power, but you know, they will come off in your waterline. But I love them. The Rimmel London Exaggerate, this is their nude one. In the nude, I use this in my waterline. Just phenomenal, lasts forever. Great color payoff, awesome. The L'Oreal Color Riche Le Cajal, I think that's how you pronounce it. It's like a chubby stick. This is very black, very intense. It's like a matte finish, I suppose, for this one. It's just great for the waterline or great for a smoky eye to use as a base. Love the formulation of this. The L'Oreal Volume Million Lashes Excess, great mascara. Very good at separating your lashes. Doesn't give you a ton of volume, but great for separating. Gives you a little bit of volume, but not a lot. Maybelline Falsies, great for volume. Does separate your lashes quite well. I do like the brush on this one, but this was one of my favorite mascaras for a very long time. The L'Oreal False Lash Architect 4 Dimensions Effect Fibers. It says it has fibers, but I don't really see fibers. But this is, again, really great for volumizing, and it's good for separating your lashes. If you're into like a natural look, that's probably not the mascara to go to. The MAC Pigment in Rose. Oh, this color is just amazing. It's so beautiful. MAC pigments in general are amazing. You'll never go through one of these in your life. I don't care who you are, what you do for a living, you will never run out of these. I just love the color of this. It's a beautiful rose gold. So if you're into that color, definitely pick that up. The Sigma eyebrow powder. This one's in medium. I broke the lid off this one, but this is a brow powder that I've been using for, I don't know, I do have a brow tutorial using this. So basically since that video's been up, I've been using this, and I haven't had to repurchase it. Lasted forever. The Physicians Formula Glow Boosting Pressed Powder Bronze Booster. This is in light medium. This is great colour. It has that sort of taupey shade to it, so it's great for contouring. I took mine out of the packaging just to save space, but it's great for bronzing as well. It feels great on the skin. It's easy to blend. Alright guys, we have completely done my best of beauty for 2014. I hope this video wasn't too boring for you. I hope it wasn't horrible to watch. I am getting a little sick, so I apologise for my voice. That was cracking and doing horrible things throughout the video, but that is my all-time favourite beauty products from the year 2014. I continue to use them for this day. I continue to use them to this day. I love them. If you try any of these out, please let me know in the comments below, or if you've got them and you have an opinion about them, let me know what your thoughts are. Please thumbs up this video if you enjoyed. Don't forget to check the description box for links, as well as links to my social media sites. Follow me on Instagram because I always post on there when I have a new video, and just general things really. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.
It is written.